how are you?
Hi, everybody. How are you today? Okay, so we got some really good stories planned for you today. Today, we're going to talk about Tasha K getting backlash and her losing her appeal. We're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about this next video I was asked to do to put spotlight on a problem that's going on presently here on the internet. There is a influencer. Her name is Andrea. They call her Drea McCray. And the internet is accusing her of taking her husband's life. It's an interesting story, kind of creepy. So we'll get into that. But before we get into all of that, let's go ahead and start out with today's video. It's sponsored by Fetch. Fetch Rewards is a free and super easy to use app where you earn free rewards on literally anything you buy. Scan any receipt or e-receipt into the app to earn points no matter where you shop or what you buy. And literally, I mean any receipt. For example, I recently took a quick trip to a few stores. All I have to do to be rewarded is use my app on my phone to scan my receipts. And just seconds later, you receive your points into your account. It's really that easy. And if you shop with online retailers such as Amazon, it's even easier. You could have the app scan through your emails for your e-receipts and it will submit them for you. You can then redeem those points for hundreds of different rewards, including Amazon and Visa gift cards. Fetch is even giving away bonus rewards to my viewers. All you need to do is download the Fetch Rewards app and use the code Sharrell when you submit your first receipt, and Fetch will reward you with 5,000 bonus points. It's really that simple. Once again, thank you to Fetch for sponsoring this video. All right.
Yeah.
Perry wanted to be in the commercial, so we shot Perry in the commercial. All right. Before we get into all of this, let me go ahead and put my disclaimers up. And oh, yes, I'll discuss that later. If you haven't already signed up for Perry's Hotline, please sign up for Perry's Hotline. It's really, really easy access to us. A lot of people send tips, stuff like that. We get information really quickly. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. We're going to talk about Marvon in a minute, you guys. It's a hell of a story. It's sad, if anything. But let's start with this Tasha K story first. Let me take down this banner. The phone number for...
Yeah.
I can't with Perry today. The phone number for Perry's Hotline is 1-702-553-3288. He was not going to let me forget to announce that phone number. He just wasn't going to do it, okay? All right. Today, mostly we're going to talk about the YouTuber, Drea, and her husband, Marvon. But I wanted to mention the Tasha K thing first. And I might even go back later and cut off the Tasha K part and put this on my backup channel, the one about Marvon. But Tasha K, really quickly. Okay, so yesterday she lost her appeal, which means she still owes Cardi B $4 million, okay?
Damn.
I know, but people were having a field day yesterday. Other bloggers were going on talking about her. It's going around that she has listed her house. I'm just showing you what I got from this blog. What's the name of this blog? Sandra Rose. But people were showing pictures of the inside of her house. They said that she's listing her house for sale and is moving into an apartment. And it was crazy. It was like other bloggers were like celebrating. Now, I'm not that bold. And I said to a blogger, I was talking to one and I was like, oh my God, you know, it comes off like you're celebrating. And this blogger says, Sharrell, she didn't do the things to you that she did to me. Karma's a bitch.
No, I get that part.
So I will say, yes, Tasha K has never done anything to me. So maybe I would look at it different, but I don't believe in karma. I think this is horrible for all bloggers. I think now, whenever you put a story out there about a celebrity that they don't like, they're going to threaten to sue you. Perfect example.
Right.
Tawanda Braxton. I put a story out on her that I knew was 100% true, that I got from her inside her circle. Okay. She did not want the story out there. I knew it was true. She threatened to take me down. She brought up Tasha K's name. Hey, there's been other bloggers that's been sued and don't follow in their footsteps or something like this, she was saying. I ended up taking the video down because of Tasha K. I thought, you don't let pride get in the way. If she wants it down that bad, the truth will come out eventually. I just took it down because
Right.
hey, you don't need the headache.
No,
It
it's not.
turns into a headache. And for me, a little bit, I was thinking about Tasha K is she could have killed this a long time ago when Cardi offered a plea deal. She could have apologized. They could have worked things out. When you see that you're on the losing end, and as unfortunate as it is, celebrities have star power. It is what it is. They have more money than us. And it just does not benefit you to. Only thing I can think is pride. I would have apologized, took the damn thing down, just like I did to Wanda. I knew I was right. I knew I was dead right.
And I mean, like, seriously, maybe not even an apology. Maybe I think at the time it could have just been just taking the things off. Could have been enough. The videos
for
off.
Tasha.
Right. But I'm not sure. But even though, and even if it was an apology, you know what? Neither one of us is perfect. We have made plenty of mistakes. Just come out there, woman up, man up, and just say, I apologize for that. Bad source. And move on.
Whatever.
But
Because she admitted in court that she lied, that she made up the lies about the herpes. So just finish it off with the apology. I would have just apologized. I would have called. And listen, now it's a done deal. She's got that judgment. They say she's moving out of her house because that's money problems. You know,
Right.
She has back taxes. That was in the court paperwork. Every enemy she ever had is coming out the woodworks. What's the word? What I say? Is it celebrating? What's the word I'm looking for? Like, nah. They're doing
baby
that
harvesting on her downfall.
Yeah,
they see.
yeah.
And like part of me can get it if but for me, I ain't never had a problem with Tasha K. But you know how some people can get on your nerves so bad, or you have a problem with them, you don't give a damn what happened to them. You just waiting on that day.
Yeah,
that's what happens when all these
what it
people.
feels like.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, because maybe the other people feel like they was attacked the same way. I don't know, but that's how it could happen. But this shit can happen to anybody.
Anybody. I'm telling you, just that quick, just that quickly. I mean, I don't know about the lying part. That didn't help. But I could see the celebrities actually using their power against you, especially if they don't want something out there. If you do something they don't like, I'm gonna, take it down. Take it down. I've had it happen so many times.
I'll see you in court.
Retract. Retract. I know I'm not lying. So my case is a little bit different than Tasha's, but I've learned from Tasha, don't fight them. It's not worth it. Take it down. And all the people that are gloating, that's what it is, because she is going through a hard time. Don't count her out. Don't count her out, because she can make a comeback, a full comeback. I don't know how, because it seems like 4 million is a lot, but you never know what the future holds. And one thing that she always will have, and that's her talent. I think she's a good blogger. I like the way she tells the stories and stuff like that. You can't take that from her. So people will always, sorry. I do it every day. Forget to turn off my phone. What was I saying? She, don't count her out. She might make a comeback. People are saying she's over and they're really celebrating and no one's going to go to that app. They might. You don't know. So don't celebrate on somebody's downfall, because you don't know when it's your turn. You just don't know.
I think in life it's good to be humble about a lot of the stuff. It's nice to celebrate your little wins here and there, but I mean, at the end of the day, we all human. We can grow. We can fall.
Look at this. Look at what somebody said to me. People are messy. Wait, that's Tawanda calling.
Yeah. And
Listen, let me tell you, Tawanda Braxton bugged the shit out of me for about a month. She kept take it down, take it down, take it down. And even when the mainstream media got hold of the story, I'm like, I'm not the only one talking about it now. Take it down, take it down, take it down.
Right.
I just said, whatever. I just took it down. Girl,
but that's a difference too, though. Like you said, yours is different than Tasha's. Tasha's was dealing with a big money maker. You dealing with a has-been bottom
Perry,
end.
don't start. Don't no. We're not gonna bash Tawanda. Stop.
Okay.
I don't want her coming back. I'm just telling the story in a respectful way.
That is just strictly my opinion. Ain't nothing she legally.
And he said it. He said it, Tawanda. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Because I am done dealing with Tawanda Braxton. I feel like the truth will come out eventually, but it's not worth it. So, you know, I understand how Tasha feels when they bug you or try to pull rank, and you know, because they all act like they hate the bloggers until they need the bloggers. Then they calling you. Can you drop a story on this? Can you do this? Can you do that? You know, I get tired of their games too. So I'm looking at it.
Half the time when they do that, they damn lying. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
they get mad at you. Yes. Your shit's a lie, but they can call you up, and here we go. Why the fuck you lying?
Oh God, okay. Perry, just don't. But she's got a long way to for a comeback, because now every time she does something like Iggy Azalea, they're gonna say you're lying, take it down, or I'm gonna sue you, or this and this and that. So she just got into it recently with Iggy Azalea. She said that Iggy was dating Tory Lanez, kind of, and it's the way that she tells her stories too. Sometimes she says things she's just trying to be funny, and they get mad, but it's a joke. You know what I mean? But anyway, so she said that Iggy Azalea is dating Tory Lanez, and she put him in front of her kids and made the oxtails before feeding the kids. And Iggy got mad. Okay, and here we go. And this is gonna happen a lot. We're gonna have a lot of stories. Tasha K, watch your mouth, and definitely keep my son's name out your mouth. I certainly do have the good lawyer money. Ooh, child, I can't. I certainly do have that good lawyer money. Don't get sued again. In the part she was leaving off, bitch.
Yeah, she loved that.
She said, you have rent to pay, even shading the fact that she is no longer in her house and living in an apartment. But here's the thing. You always tell me this when we get in money trouble. So we sell real estate on the side, and sometimes you can just get in over your head because you can't predict the market. We don't know if we're going to sell in time, but you always said when you get in debt, the first thing to go is your asset, which is your house. So I think it's a smart move that she's renting it out, because now you have income coming in, but it's still not worth $4 million. I don't know how she made out of this.
And personally, I think that I see that move, but it could be a lot of ways, right? You know, and I think really at this point, not talking about how she got into this jam. Sometimes you're trying to get yourself out of this jam with still being able to live a certain lifestyle.
Right, because she's used to a certain lifestyle now.
And the first thing is, you know, what's that saying? People can't take from you what you don't have. So let's get these things out of my name.
Yeah.
See, the house is just for rent. It ain't even for sale. And then it went to her husband's name. He didn't get sued.
Yeah.
Now it could be other ways. I don't know. I'm not no attorney that they might can come back.
You said that was a business move, and everybody, it was a business move, right, to help her financially. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't like kicking people when they down, because your life can change in the blink of an eye. Yeah. Right now, me and Perry are financially stable, but that don't mean we're going to stay financially stable. You just don't know. Anything can happen. Somebody's health could go. You don't know. So I don't believe in kicking people when they're down. Also, I think this should be a learning lesson to other bloggers. When they start calling you crying, don't fight them. Don't fight them. Fight them till it gets all the way up to the court, and then stop.
Yeah.
Sharrell, Tasha K did this to herself. She should have taken those videos down of Cardi B when they asked her to, but she didn't because she don't care. That's another thing. So, okay, so a lot of people say, well, I had a discussion on the phone with one of my blogger friends, and they were like, she didn't get your channel taken down. If she didn't do things to you, you would have a different attitude. Yes, that's true. So maybe I'm not talking, she's never done anything to me. So maybe I'm looking at things differently from that point of view. Also, from the point of view is I would have took those videos down. I really would have. I would have never let it gotten to court.
Okay, but let me ask you this though, seriously. Even with this, half breed little sister situation. I don't even want to mention her name. But would you have taken it down if it wasn't for Tasha K's case?
Oh, with Tawanda?
Right.
Before if it wasn't for Tasha K, I probably wouldn't. So my ego would have got the best of me.
Right.
That's why I'm doing this. Everybody, it's not worth fighting them. Let Tasha K be an example. Don't, because then it becomes an ego thing. Tawanda tells me to take it down. I tell you, go F yourself.
Right.
And then we're battling like this.
Right.
But I had to take a step back and say, what am I fighting for?
Yeah. And for me, I would say that's word to the wise to every blogger, YouTuber, because I don't even look at myself as a blogger. I'm just somebody coming on giving you my opinion. But the whole thing is this. Go back to the video that's in concern. If a person say, you take this down, and you look at that video and you only made $28.75 from it, why even keep it up? When if nobody didn't give a damn when you posted the video about the person didn't care.
That video made a lot of money for us.
Well,
that Tawanda video. It got hundreds of thousands of views.
I understand that part, right?
Yeah.
But did it make as much as attorney fees would cost
you
over the next few months?
It's not worth it.
That's all I'm saying.
Other bloggers, if you get some celebrity calling you, telling you, take it down, and then I think no, Tawanda never said please. Just it's not worth it. Just take it down. Unless you want to go through all of this. And I really think she thought she was going to win. Tasha K thought she was going to win. Because, you're thinking, I'm right, or I have a right to say what I want to say, and I have a right to, Tasha even probably thought, I got a right to lie if I want to lie. But that's not what court's about. Court is about who has the most money.
Right.
And who can go the longest. That's when we won our case. Who has the most money? Who can go the longest? So, civil court is hard. It's not worth it, but, it is what it is. So that's what happened. I will drop the link later and ask you guys what you think. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm telling all the other bloggers, when they start calling you, just take it down. And now I've done it so many times. It's like, damn, it makes you mad. But look what could happen if you don't. Just take it down. And if somebody wants you to apologize, just apologize. Unless you plan on going to court for years and spending a lot of money. Right. And I mean years. For her case, our case, you stay in court so long. Isn't it crazy? It just became a part of our bills. We was like,
hell, sometimes you forget why you in there. You forget why the hell you was fighting.
All right. So I'm doing this next video because of this next story that I'm about to talk about. Now, it's a blogger story. Hold on, I see a super chat. Now she needs to pay the money or make some type of arrangement, or else she's gonna suffer the consequences. She's already suffering the consequences. She's in financial trouble, allegedly. They're saying in court she has back taxes that she owes, and her channel's not like it used to be because she's putting everything else on the app. So it's just a lot. It's just a lot. She made some deadly mistakes. So everybody out there, just let this be a lesson. If you're a blogger, just take it down. It's not worth it. All right, let me move on to this next story, which is very, very interesting. Okay, this next story is about a makeup influencer. Now, I've been asked to do this story, by the way, because the internet is accusing her. Her name is Andrea McCray. They call her Drea. The internet is accusing her of having something to do with her husband being in a so-called irreversible coma. Now, this is what I'm getting from the internet. I don't know what irreversible means. Maybe it means you're just on life support. So I've been asked to do this video to put spotlight on the situation because there are groups forming out there. Feels like she has gotten away with taking somebody's life. And he's not technically dead yet, but I think he's been in the coma since May 22nd. He's been in the coma for a while. Yeah. Wow. It's crazy. So I was asked to do this. Yeah, you guys have heard about it. Okay, good. So this will be a review. I'm just putting spotlight on a story that is getting a lot of traction. Okay, so her name is Drea McCray. She's a makeup influencer. She also sells jewelry. I think she has 600,000 subscribers on her, believe it was Facebook account. She also does TikTok and things like this. Okay, so let me start from the beginning, and I'll make this as brief as I can, because Perry, you don't know what's going on either, do you?
Not at all. I'm just checking it out.
Okay, so this is how they used to look. Okay, this is how they used to look before they start looking like crackheads. And I'm not being rude to anybody. Let me show you the before and after pictures. Hold on. How do I take that down? That's how they used to look back in the day.
But be nice, Sharrell.
Yeah. All right. Let me just start. Okay. That's how they used to look. So, let me show you this video in happy times, because their physical appearance, you will track the deterioration of the relationship. So here is just a brief clip of them during happy times. And you could see they both look healthy, weighed a lot more than they do now. Oh, I get this wrong. Hold on. Sorry. Oh gosh. Okay, let me do it like this. Okay, so here's a quick video. Okay, I got all of my information from Paris Milan or Molly Golightly or Reddit. Okay, so here is a picture of a little clip of them in happier times.
Dre, what is Vonnie's favorite thing about you, and what's your favorite thing about him? Rap battle. Hell yeah.
Oh!
Hell yeah.
Daddy, rap battle.
I feel like,
But baby, they can't see it. What's your favorite thing about me?
baby, don't look at me that way. Baby, you know my favorite thing about you.
Who I know your favorite thing about me, okay? But we can't talk about that on camera, okay? I know.
You let me be lazy.
I let you be lazy?
Yeah.
Okay, that's just the clip. Everyone seems normal. Weight looks healthy. They really go to a Skeletor at the end. Yes, I will be taking calls, Rocky, at the end, because I know people have a lot to say about both cases. So that's them in happier times. It wasn't until Drea came across this herb, okay, called kratom. And let me put this up for you guys, because it plays a very big part on what's going on. She came across this drug, this herb called kratom. Now I'm going to read. This is a rehab center that specializes in it. Okay, I'm going to read the effects it has. It says kratom is a topical tree native of Southeast Asia with leaves that contain, and I don't know what this word is, but it means mind-altering opioid. You know what I'm trying to say. How do you say it, Perry? Opioids.
Yeah, that's it.
Compounds, which is we on street drugs, basically. It is more commonly used in Asia Pacific region of the United States, also known as herbal speedball. This is the nickname for kratom. It contains fresh and dried leaves that are chewed whole, mixed with food, and brewed as tea. Kratom is something sold as green powder in packets, not for human consumption. It's also sold as a liquid. It could be sold as a gum. It says kratom is consumed for, now the purpose of it's supposed to be mood lifting effects, pain relief, and an aphrodisiac. So a stimulant for sex. You could get hooked on this. And people, don't forget, just because something has the word herbal, all medicines are made from herbals. So they still can affect you the same way a street drug would. Okay? So you could get hooked on this, and sometimes people have to go to rehab to get off of this. Now, according to her, she started using this herbal, I'm not going to even call, she started using kratom because if I say herbal, then people are going to think it's a good thing. It's a dangerous drug that you can get hooked on. So she started taking this. Now, let me show you these clips and I'm going to show a lot of clips because each clip, she's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
But this is when she first started out. She says how she got involved in it. Here, see here. It's just, this is the damnedest story I've ever seen. But I got to take it slow so to catch you guys up on it. Did that wrong again. Because I will be covering it from now on. And I will be bringing on people that are associated to the story. All right.
Someone who watches my videos who sent me a message and had told me, like, Dre, just I want to inform you about kratom. You know, you suffer from a lot of things, you know, fibro, RA, whatever. And she was telling me about the things that she suffers from and how she has noticed such a huge major difference from taking kratom and how she highly recommends, like, just try it out, blah, blah, blah. She says, I recommend you do your own research, but please understand that if you are healthy and you are off pharmaceuticals, then you are no longer another number.
Now, she says she starts taking this for pain. Don't forget it's aphrodisiac, which would level your libido. I mean, heighten your libido.
Right. But you did mention pain. You said it could be used for pain and then in replace of the blue pill.
Right. If you ask me, I think that so she starts giving it to her husband. Around the same time, she starts getting into Dr. Sebi. You know who that is. Eating healthy, stuff like that. She started eating nothing but vegetables. Only feeding her children vegetables. Growing children. Started really getting hypersensitive about what she's eating. She starts... Also, it can, in some people, lead to hallucinations, this kratom thing. She started getting hooked on it. Okay, starts giving it to Marvon, her husband. And let me show you this. She starts taking these things by the big scooping gulps, just putting it in her mouth. I don't take anything like that, like big gulps, like tablespoons of that. And she'll be talking, and then she's getting higher and higher.
Wow.
She's getting more and more addicted. He's getting higher and higher. He's getting more addicted. They start watching what they eat, promoting a Dr. Sebi lifestyle, but taking it too far because they're hooked on this stuff. If you ask me, it says that it can make you hooked. It's like taking street drugs. And so he, in the process, develops seizures. The internet is saying because of this kratom, there's no scientific evidence, but he didn't have seizures before. Okay, now this is where the story gets crazy and triggering. So it's going to be very hard to watch. So she decides that she's not going to take him to the doctor for the seizures. She's going to fix it at home. She's going to fix it at home with valerian root, which I've taken before. It's supposed to make you go to sleep. It's almost like chamomile. You know, you drink your tea. It's like that. I don't see it curing seizures, especially without any medical evidence. She's going to use valerian root, cayenne pepper, and more of the drug.
Right.
Kratom. So let me play this for you. It's just sad to watch. And I gotta show these videos so you can understand why these groups are so upset. And why they think she's the cause of how he ends up in the hospital. Hold on. On life support.
My husband is taking no more anxiety to control his seizures. Another thing that I'm doing is valerian root. You guys, I'm able to prevent my husband from having seizures with valerian root. He's not in the room right now, and he's not well, okay? He's not in the room right now. I'm telling you guys, this is also why I don't like to talk about it sometimes. It's because, like, I am trying to keep myself afloat. You know what I'm saying? I swear, these last 3 or 4 days, he's been in pre-seizure mode. He changes whenever he's going to have a seizure.
You got to be out of your mind to think you could fix a seizure at home. Who does that? But what makes things worse is he's willingly taking the kratom. And they're study filming this for the public, making money off of these videos, right? Showing it.
I mean, but is he willingly taking? I mean, well, I understand what you're saying. Like, if you came and told me and said, "Hey, you know what? This is gonna make you feel better," I'm gonna trust you, right? Is his mistake just trusting her? Like,
no, his mistake is being ridiculous. You're gonna trust me until you start having seizures, and then you better take your ass to the doctor.
Right, but at that point, maybe it's a little too late when you're having these seizures. He's out of control, right? Well, I don't know.
I don't know, Perry. Do you mean to tell me that you're just gonna let me pump you full of shit that you don't even know what it does to you? Are you? You would?
I don't know. I hope not, but yeah, we'll move on.
Anyway, they're taking more and more of this kratom, study filming it in front of the public. Here's another one.
Because he gets in a lot of pain whenever he has a seizure. It messes up his seizures are bad. I'm telling you, bad.
Even when I go to sleep, like when I usually take it when I first wake up, because usually when I go to sleep, like I start doing all of this weird stuff, I guess, when I'm knocked out, and it actually hurts my body while I'm asleep. So I have to get up and take it.
At this point, Perry, would you keep taking it?
Right, yeah, no, but the only thing I can take it is that he's under the belief that this stuff is helping him. He don't act like he even have a sense that it's hurting him.
Maybe you're right. I couldn't figure it out because I'm thinking, what? When I realize I'm having seizures, I'm stopping everything and I'm following a doctor's orders. They don't go to the hospital. The doctor can't fix it, but my wife can.
Well, no, I mean, that's what I disagree with. Like, even if you give me stuff and if it's still going on, not that I don't trust what you're doing, I'm going to go and get a different opinion at the doctor to see if it's something deeper than what we think it is.
I wanted to show this next clip. He is willingly taking this stuff.
Do this much more. Oh, let me do this much more. Oh, that's smooth when you toss and wash.
Yeah. At first I thought it was the key lime, but
wow.
Then again, it's always the key lime for me.
Okay.
And do you see him in the back? They are taking this stuff by the spoonfuls. I never take any medicine where I could scoop a little scoop in there.
And their body's getting thinner and thinner too. I noticed that.
That's why I'm showing these videos.
Yeah,
Do you see each video? They're getting thinner and thinner. Go ahead.
It's almost like with any other drug, right? It seemed like, I don't know the full story or nothing, but just going into it, that they don't get addicted to something.
Yeah.
And that they still have that need for it, and they don't even look at it as being something that's affecting them. They think I might have other problems, but it's not this stuff I'm about ready to drink. What you think?
Maybe because I know what happens. Right. I'm looking at this going, are you crazy? You don't take anything by the spoonful. I mean, you just, and then you're right. It's addicting. So they're addicted to it. So they don't even realize. Maybe I see. Maybe he doesn't realize he's
right.
No. I don't see myself getting in that situation. But maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so it's bringing on more and more seizures, and then they start recording them. Damn. Okay, because her audience is growing. So she starts recording the seizures. Now I'm going to play you some of the videos.
Damn.
I'm not going to show the seizure, but you can hear it. It's very triggering. This is where the public starts getting involved. I'm going to show you 2 clips that I have whittled down. If you want to see the full video, go to Paris Milan's channel. She shows them in great detail. I've whittled them down because I can't watch it myself. I'm going to show you 2 videos of him having seizures. And to me, it feels like she's falling in love with him getting sick because the attention that she gets from the internet. That's just my opinion, what I think about it. But I want to show you one of them. In this video, this is the video that started triggering the audience. People started writing in. People started forming groups. People start saying, this is not normal. Okay, in this video, he has 8 seizures. But I'm only going to show you 1. 8 seizures, and she basically tries to talk him through it. At this point, she's putting cayenne pepper down his throat and then prays. Let me pull it up. It's very triggering. If you can't stand to hear noises or hear people having seizures, please turn off. It is very, very triggering. I don't show the seizures, but you can hear it, and it's very triggering. So give you a few minutes to turn off really quickly. And now I'm getting ready to play the video.
It's okay, baby. It's okay. He's on his left side. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Jehovah, our Heavenly Father, please let your Holy Spirit be with us. Jehovah, please let his body breathe. Please help his body to calm down, to relax. Jehovah, please help him to hear my voice and hear our prayer to you. Baby, I'm right here. It's okay. Jehovah, please help us right now and help him to breathe. Please, Jehovah. Please help him to breathe. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
That happened 8 times in the same video. 8 seizures. Doesn't call the authorities, but she's filming it. Right. Why are we filming this? This is a woman, if you ask me, that's strung out. And I'm not trying to be mean. Okay? She's addicted. Not thinking clearly. Falling in love with attention.
Right.
And maybe even what Candace is saying on the screen. It's hard to watch. So right. The public starts getting uncomfortable. And people start forming groups saying, he should be at a hospital.
Right.
He should be at a hospital. He should be at a hospital. I'm going to play one more 1-minute video. I don't like playing these seizure videos, but I want you to see how bad it gets. In this video, her children are left alone with him, and he has a seizure. They call their mom. Yes, I will get to that, Donna. She is keeping his family from him. They call their mom, and this has to be one of the worst videos I've seen. And she's in the car coaching the children on what to do during the seizure. And the part that makes me more mad is she gets it all on film. Look what's going on.
Right.
Bonji says, fame is a hell of a drug. Yeah, right. Exactly. Let me play this last video. It's very triggering because the children are so upset. So it's very triggering. If you can't watch this again, please log off. It's 1 minute and come back in 1 minute. This is a 1-minute video. And now I'm getting ready to push the button.
Oh my God. I know. I see it. I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna come home. It's okay. It's okay. Just make sure he doesn't fall off the bed. I'm coming home. Get the... Are you guys okay? It's okay, baby. I'm coming home right now. Baby, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You don't need to do anything. You did everything that you could. Just wait here. Don't let him fall off the bed. He's gonna try to get up. He's gonna try to get up. Just stop him from getting up.
Those kids were panicked.
Yeah. You know what, Sharrell, though? I mean, could it be, I mean, like, because it's definitely some issues there, right? I mean, could she have like the Jim Jones effect? Like she's trying to like a savior. I mean, because they got something to make a person enjoy either the power of being the savior, or it's something to that effect. Love the attention, but I think it could be. It's almost like I remember this way old movie, Misery. I don't know.
Or you mean, or she could just be a sheer nut job? Right. Maybe.
That's my point, right? I mean, because she's taking this stuff too.
Yeah, she's taking.
She don't got really frail and thin. Also,
did you see? And she's getting littler and littler.
She may not be having seizures, but she can be done lost it all over something, you know.
So the public gets involved, and they started complaining, forming groups, just really getting. It's hard to watch, and that's just a clip. Like I said, if you want to see the full video, go to Paris Milan video. It's hard to watch. So they start getting involved. Then all of a sudden, she comes on and tells everyone that he's at the hospital and that he's in a coma. What she doesn't tell everybody, pardon me, is why. So according to her, during this time, he tries to hang himself, right? Tries to take his own life. She doesn't tell his family. Let me start reading some of these things up here. She doesn't tell his family. She doesn't tell the public for a long time. Hold on. Sorry, guys. She doesn't tell his family. She doesn't talk about he allegedly tried to take his own life. But this, let me read to you a portion of a police report of what she says happened and how people are starting to say that is a lie. Okay, so let me put this on the screen really quick. And this is the police report. He asked her what happens. She says the day before they got into an argument, she says they had a disagreement in the afternoon. Marvon slept in the bedroom while he was asleep, while she slept on the couch. He woke up approximately 7:15. He went into the children's bathroom to clean up as usual, as he usually does. She offered him the tea, more Creighton, more stuff. And we began to have a disagreement. She noticed that he was more lethargic than normal. She said they tried to use organic products for well-being. They're just pumping him with all kinds of stuff. More, cayenne pepper, valerian root, and kratom. They use kratom. She tells the cop that they use kratom, which is an organic herbal medicine in coffee, and has opioid properties. She believed he may have used more than normal, and there was a buildup of kratom in his system, making him act this way. This is what she's telling the cop. they disagreed with her trying to calm him down. So they kept saying, leave him alone. She kept being involved. After disagreeing for a while, Marvon went outside to check on him, and then she went outside to check on him and saw him hanging from the shed. And what she's saying is, when she seen him hanging, she went and got a chair, got a knife, cut him down, put him on the ground, called 911, and performed CPR on him. Oh, looks like we're having a storm here, guys. Hope the power doesn't go out. From instructions from the 911 operator. But they're saying that even if she would have stood on a chair, that the place that he was hanging from was so high that she wouldn't have been able to cut it down. This is what the internet is saying. This is what's in the police report. People are looking at her sideways. But the story gets worse. Let's keep going. So keep that in the back of your mind. She doesn't tell the public what's going on. Then all of a sudden, one day, she comes on social media. I know. Miss Deeds Super Chat says, she covered him with her spit in the hospital. I was giving him a special formula YouTube fed and wouldn't let the hospital feed him the typical formula. Yes, we're getting to that part. It's true. Her behavior, so they take him to the hospital. Her behavior at the hospital is short of deplorable, but we haven't gotten there yet. Let's get to the part where she just comes back on social media and doesn't tell social media that he tried to take his own life. She just said he had a brain injury. And look at her, she's getting thinner than ever.
Mr. McCray is in a coma right now, and he has been for over 2 weeks. He was flown from Yuma, where we live, to here in Tucson 2 weeks ago on Monday. So that's like 2 weeks and a couple of days already. And it's pretty serious. And that's all I'm gonna share regarding that. Why he's in a coma is irrelevant. I mean, he does have a brain injury, I'll say that, but that's also as far as what I'm gonna say regarding that, because what I don't need is negative energy in my way. What I don't need is for someone to even give me sad energy. I don't want pity. I don't want people's heart to hurt for me. I don't want people to, oh my God, Dre, I'm so sorry. Which maybe I should have led with that. I should have probably started with that. But the only reason why I don't want that is because he's going to wake up. I don't care what their tests show. I don't care what their CAT scan show. I don't care what their MRI shows. I don't care what every single doctor in that hospital is telling me. Like, I'm getting doctors pulling me aside in a room. There was 7 doctors around me. Literally 7 doctors. Like, I was literally cornered so that they could really explain to me the severity of the situation. And I don't, not that I don't care, but I mean, it's to the point where they don't want me to prolong the inevitable. So you can only imagine the severity of his injury for them to give me that type of feedback, that type of news, to tell me whatever else. I don't care. I don't care.
Okay, so it gets really disturbing. So that's what she's telling social media. In the meantime, she's being a big headache to the hospital. She doesn't call his family. The family gets wind of it on YouTube, on social media. Can you imagine finding out that your son's in the hospital through social media?
Yeah.
They go to see him. She tells the hospital, I'm next to kin. Don't let him see him.
Wow.
She claims that they haven't gotten along in years and whatnot. The mom has a kind of a different story, but she's saying they haven't gotten along. I don't care. That's his family, and he's in a coma. She will not let the family see him. This is suspicious behavior to me. Why not? I don't care. We could have just argued 5 minutes ago and fist fought. I don't know why I keep getting these calls. You let them see their son. She claims, well, he didn't really grow up with the mom. She had him, I believe she was 16, and he stayed with the grandma a lot. So, what's that have to do with anything? When you're on life support and they're saying that it's most likely he's not going to wake up, you let them see their family. But she's keeping them away. She's also being extremely bossy in the hospital. They're trying to do things to save his life. They said he lost an incredible amount of weight. They want to feed him. She says, no, he's supposed to be on this strict diet. When you're trying to tell the doctors what's best for him.
Right.
It makes no sense. Hold on one second. Hold on. It makes no sense. Let me play this clip of her being frustrated with the hospital. It's just disgusting.
That much food, like he did not eat that much. And she was like, Miss McCray, he's lost 20 pounds since he's been here. I'm thinking like, don't Miss McCray, like, as if that's supposed to scare me or make me feel bad or make me change my mind. Like, the man's also was very, very active, always moving. And now he ain't moved. I mean, a little bit, like his arms. But besides that, he's not going nowhere. He's literally in the bed, not moving for 3.5 weeks. I expect there to be weight loss. I don't expect it to be the same. And then they're giving him poison. And like, don't miss me with that. You're not, don't. You're not scaring me. You're not making me feel no type of way. Like, what I say still stands. They've always overfed him. Just because he lost weight doesn't mean let's push the food anyways, because look at what he does. How bad would that be for him to vomit? I'm not opening them. You need to wait.
So she's frustrated with the hospital. She's playing doctor, if you ask me.
Right.
Listen, if my son is in a coma, or my husband, Perry, if you're in a coma and the doctor tells me you need to do X, Y, and Z, I'm doing X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Am I going to really argue with the doctor?
Yeah, no, I mean, to me, it sounds like, that she's coming across to me as being psychotic.
Mm-hmm.
And a person, because she always come back, I don't care what you might think. They're doing this to him, but never take any accountability on her home magic. The medicine.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds like a person that get too deep into this, like a witchcraft or medicine craft or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it can't be her. It's everybody else's problem. Everybody else is wrong. She's always right.
Well,
I don't know.
The public is going crazy. So they are creating blogs. They're creating help groups. One of it's called Justice for Marvon. They start posting things on social media. There's this woman, I'm getting ready to play her TikTok video. Her name is Aunt Karen. I guess she staged protests. There's a lady named Molly Golightly who actually talked to the mother. I'm going to play that tape in a minute. So the public is rallying together saying, no, something's not right. And please don't take your eyes off of this case.
We have to talk about this. Utilizing your husband's condition is not right, especially utilizing it for social media clout. And that's what I believe is going on here. This is Vaughn, and he allegedly attempted suicide according to the police report. Up until today, there was no word on how he ended in the coma. She did not mention anything. In fact, his family did not find out that he was even in a coma until social media. She waited about a week.
Him in a coma with his wife, who won't tell his family why he's in a coma.
Hold on, I'm his daddy, and this is my wife. How do you mean I can't see my son? It's crazy. I'm not doing 3,000 miles.
And of course, since I released my video, she has now gone private. Something is not right here.
And the last part of that video, you heard the father begging to see his son, and she will not let them see the son. So people start reaching out. And so this one YouTuber, her name is Molly Go Lightly, actually has really been organizing, rallying, bringing attention to the issue, reached out to the mom. The mom's name is Letitia. Let me play this. It's really heartbreaking for me. Try it again. I can't imagine being in that situation. Let me go ahead and play this, and then I'll finish up. Oh, it says you can share it. Okay. Hold on. Let's try it again. I hope I can get it to play. Says the file is too large. Let me try it one more time.
You're welcome. I'm sorry, excuse my voice. I just, this has been a trying couple of weeks. So I'm kind of, in and out of crying. And every time I see a new update, like I just got a text message a few minutes ago that they done moved him again. I don't know what to do.
What?
Oh, God. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. Oh, God, they keep moving my baby. Every time I try to get close, she do something else. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to get money for the lawyer. I'm trying to do it the legal way. I've been up there for 3.5 days, going back and forth to the hospital. These people turning me around. I just want to see them. That's it. I'm not asking for no information. I'm not asking for anything personal. But, I got a text message yesterday stating that I can't. I responded back. The next thing you know, you tell me I got to go public with all of this stuff. When you did this to me, I didn't do this to you since the beginning, because only thing that I said to my son when I first met her, she wouldn't even come in the house. She finally came in the house and we were introduced. And I talked to her for a minute, and then I took my son outside, and I had a mother-son talk with him. And the only thing I said, was I was a little concerned, about her background, as far as like being married before, already having 2 children, and he was young. He was only 21. He just graduated Marine Corps. He was excited, I'm like, okay. And he was like, Mama, this one I'm gonna be with. So, I said, okay. And I left it like that. But those few words that I spoke to my son drew a wedge. And it's been like that for years now. I never met my grandson. When they came to Savannah that time, anybody that know me know I'm a workaholic. So I was at work. Before I could get on to make it there, they were gone. So I hadn't even met my grandson, hold them, touch them, anything. So not only now I'm dealing with my son, I'm worried about seeing videos of him. It's a lot. It really is a lot.
So she's going around, Drea, saying that she was a young mother. She tried to give him away. She didn't really want him. She didn't try to give him away. The grandmother stepped in. She was a teenager. But does that mean that they shouldn't have a relationship for the rest of their life? There's absolutely no reason why this mother can't see her son. Or if you are guilty of something, make this make sense. And filming from the hospital, shame on you. Filming him in the hospital?
Yeah, she's coming across to me like being very evil. That's why with the mothers, like she'll do all that. But so much self-absorbed. Everything's about her, her power, how she's always right, even with the diagnosis. I'm gonna do this. I'm this, and nobody from the outside can tell her anything. That's what I'm telling you. I think, and at this point, it's getting worse and worse. Where at first I was like, well, both of them, you know, bad things happen to
And
people who
now,
do
when
stupid things. But yeah,
the
she's starting to
police
act.
are suspicious, they're saying, how did this happen? You can't reach that high to cut down this rope.
Right.
Did she do something to him? She's been. Did she? I'm going to leave it a question. But, you know, I don't know. Let's just see what the public thinks. Hi, Andrea.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey, Andrea, you sound out first. This is a mess, isn't it?
You know, I've been following this story on Facebook, and some of the things that this woman been saying and the way she's been acting, it's been real weird. I mean, she was at one time she was licking his skin, saying that her saliva was gonna bring them closer together. What person do and act like that?
Do you think that
she would not let his?
Do you think that kratom has
she
anything
did
to
something.
Do you think the kratom has anything to do with her behavior?
But it sounds like that, because what I've been doing, I've been like researching, and people who have been taking this stuff, they're weird. They're out there in loony land. This stuff is really messing with these people's minds. I didn't even know about this drug.
Why do you think Marvon let her spoon feed him this stuff? He willingly took it.
He probably didn't know. He didn't know. When she married him, he was young. She was older. She was out here in the world. He didn't know.
After he started having the seizures, though, why wouldn't you not listen to a doctor instead of listening to your damn wife?
Because maybe she had that much control over him, Sharrell. Have you thought about that? How much control she had over that young man?
Yep.
I've been researching this stuff they've been talking about. And this stuff makes you go crazy. It plays with your mind.
Yeah, and even cause hallucinations. Toria, sound off. What do you think about this mess?
I agree with Miss Andrea. I'm telling you, I was looking at the stuff too, looking it up on Facebook. And this woman is crazy. And these herbs and stuff, some of the people that's taking it, they're like zombies, and then other ones are just like out there talking to themselves, and it's crazy. It's them herbs really messed up both their minds, and the police that mother need to go to the courts, get her lawyer, go to the courts and get in front of a judge to get the power taken away from this woman before he kills this man. It's possible he could come back through hospital, but she's not letting them do none of the treatments or stuff. They need to put her in jail. She did this.
And you know what? The nurses had problems with her. The nurses had problems with her.
Yeah. What do you think happened? She's saying that he tried to take his own life, and please don't use the S word, take his own life. But the police saying there's no way.
I don't believe that. I believe she had something to do with it. I really do.
I do too. I do too. She might have even told him to go out there and do it. You know, she's not in her right mind either. Yeah. It's affecting her.
She's a nut. She's a nut.
And the other subject that you talked about, I don't feel sorry for Tasha K whatsoever. She's still running her mouth. Today, I don't even know how it popped up on my thing. I was scrolling through YouTube, making sure I didn't miss anything from you yesterday. And I seen this Tasha K live, and she was in the car bashing white people. I mean, saying all kind of off the wall stuff, talking about Elon Musk and the Bidens. She messing with the wrong people now, because she go messing with Elon Musk. That's big money. And she thinks Cardi B sued her, and she does got two more other people suing her. So she's not stopping. She's not stopped running her mouth. She will not stop.
Let me say,
she don't know how to sit down. She don't know how to sit down. She don't know how to sit down and shut her damn mouth. She don't know how to sit down.
Let me go. let me add this to the go ahead, Tori. I'm sorry.
It's just wrong. That lady just needs to be quiet. Stop, humble herself. Okay, you losing everything, but she messed up putting that house in other people's name because the judge told her in court. We had the transcripts, we read them cover to cover. Do not try to change anything to hide anything. You
Oh
can't do
God.
that in the
Are you
federal court.
serious?
Yes,
Yeah.
Wow.
it's all the videos are still up over there on Infamous Sylvia's channel, where we did the whole reading, and she was in court every single day. Her and Dennis, that does the other, thing for TMZ. But she won't stop.
That's
She
crazy.
said, "Go on my app, and you'll see I'm dragging that white girl." Talking about Iggy Azalea, saying she don't want to be white either. She wants to be black, and white people, I don't care what y'all say, and y'all called me racist on my app last night. Yes, call me what you want. She just kept on
Wow.
cursing, and you know how she get. I'm like,
Wow.
You know
That's
what?
crazy.
You know what I believe? You know what I believe? I believe Tasha K is losing her mind. That's what I believe.
She done lost it.
I believe she's losing her mind. I believe she's losing her mind because you know what? She's losing a lot of people on her channel. People are getting tired of Tasha K, and they over Tasha K. I believe Tasha K is losing her damn mind. Excuse my language.
And people ain't gonna keep paying $12.99 for that app every month with her just making videos like this all the time, just bashing everybody.
All right. I wanted to add this for the other case. There is a rumor going around that Marvon, that Drea does have a life insurance policy out on him.
Yep.
That's
I can bet that.
I told you.
Bonji, what did you want to sound off on today?
Hey, Sharrell. I want to sign off on the last story that you did.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with any of the videos I watched as you were playing them on your channel.
Mm-hmm.
Something in the milk does not smell right.
That's what everyone's saying.
And watching her during some of the episodes is so concerning. I have experience with being with someone having seizures. My son had febrile seizures, meaning anytime his temperature was elevated, his body was fighting something, it would trigger a seizure. To say it is one of the scariest things.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that heat will trigger a seizure? Does it?
No. Temperature, body temperature. If he has a fever, if he has a fever, then it triggered a seizure.
But wait, doesn't cayenne pepper regulate body temperature?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Because in my case, I use cayenne pepper to season my food.
But spoonfuls.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And in my case, it was so traumatizing as a mom because he was a baby and had them until he was 6 years old. And calling 911 every time because of how just it is so debilitating to the body. When he had his first one, the paramedics were saying because he was now lethargic, the paramedics were saying that's what happens. The body goes into some type of shock because of the seizure, and so being lethargic is normal until the last one that he had when I think he was 5.
I can't
And even he could not wake up for the paramedics. So can you imagine being in an ambulance? You've seen your loved one have seizure after seizure, and now the ambulance lights are on and you're being rushed to the hospital. And when you get to the hospital, it's like code red. Everyone's by the door meaning they've called ahead to say we have a case where we need to do whatever we need to do. And my baby wasn't taking anything or herbs. So can you imagine seizures compounded by herbs that are not even being dosed?
Yeah. Not even
People,
being dosed.
they're just eating them.
They're
And
just-
what is most concerning to me is not only does she document what she's doing with her videos, her makeup is on point. If my family member was in pain, being on the internet would be the last thing on my mind.
Exactly.
And then that last video, her holding his head and then just letting it go and cackling. Something is just not right. And I hope, because people are now talking about this, that law enforcement will not only pause her channel, I don't want to say shut it down, pause her channel, but download all that evidence.
Oh yeah, that's evidence, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So disturbing.
All right, guys, I got a long line. A lot of people want to talk about this.
Anyway.
Andrea, do you have anything else to say?
Thanks, Sharrell. Love you guys.
You know what? I feel bad for his mama. I feel bad for his dad. I feel bad for his family, because they're having to stand around and watch their son go through hell and suffer, and not knowing if he's going to come out or not.
Yeah.
And the poor
That's
children.
a heavy burden.
The
and the
children.
poor
And
children.
the children. Yeah.
Poor children.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
But keep us updated too, Sharrell.
Well, that's why I did all the videos, because I'm gonna start
Yeah.
following the story and bring people on to talk
Yeah, in
about
case
it.
I missed something. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Victoria. Take care. Ooh, got a long line tonight. Hi, Pia. Hi, Lisa.
Hey.
Hi, Lonnie.
Hey.
How are you guys?
Hey,
Let's start with you, Pia.
I actually have some personal experience with Creighton, actually. Because, I suffer from chronic and constant pain because I've had 3 back surgeries.
Okay.
And I was at work and I was talking to a friend of mine, and actually she tried to get me to take it because she took it for her Crohn's disease. And I'm the type of person where I like to research what I'm getting into. She told me where they sold it at, and I told my mom about it, right? But something inside me, and I'm not going to say something, I'm going to say God had it so that I just became busy and busy and busy that I never looked it up, and that I just became disinterested in it. So the fact that, and I'm glad I didn't, because now I'm listening to this story, the fact that she started off in the beginning very normal and then taking copious amounts of it to the point where, she was losing weight because she probably didn't even have an appetite. Not to mention, you can even tell in the video her deteriorating mind state from it.
Yeah.
You can tell. You can see there's hair loss. You can just see.
Is that why she's wearing those wigs? She's wearing wigs.
Because there's hair loss. Because opioids, because it's an opioid. Every opioid has a warning. When you overtake it, it can cause seizures. It can
How
cause.
do you say the word again? Because I can't.
Opioids.
Opioid. Oh, I can't. Never mind.
It's okay. It can cause seizures. It can cause, slow breathing. Many people have died in their sleep from an accidental opioid overdose. And what I want to know is, she said that he had hung himself, right? I really would love to see the report, because if there are no ligature marks on his neck, not to mention if there aren't any little contusions in his eyes, then that might be a Creighton overdose.
I will put the full report on my Instagram, and you guys can go look at it. It's all over the internet anyway. So.
Yeah, and because to me it just doesn't sound right. And then her praying and then being in the hospital and just her she's lost her mind. The drug nobody's home.
Yeah.
No one's home. And unfortunately, because she's documenting this, they're going to use this against her in court.
Good. They should.
Well, yeah.
Lisa, what did you want to add to the conversation?
Hey everybody. Hey
Hi.
Diva.
Hi.
Hey Sharrell, everybody.
Hi.
I just want to bring up some real quick. And Diva, I'm glad you're on here because I wanted to bring it up, but I didn't want to really speak on it because I'm not a medical professional. But it sounded a little bit like Munchausen by proxy, even though he's an adult. Do that sound something like it, Diva?
And like everybody else was saying, she was feeding off of the likes and everything and the notoriety that she was getting from making those videos.
Diva, sound off. You're a nurse.
Well, here's the thing, Sharrell. Even with us out getting a police report, I don't know what his weight was at the time, but she's trying to say she caught him. She went somewhere and saw him. I don't know how much I could say, but hanging or whatever the case may be, right? And she cut him down. So you gently cut him down. You was able to hold him while you was cutting, so he wouldn't hit the floor when you cut him down. Like, are you kidding me? Like, give me a break. How could she possibly even do that by herself? Right. And then she said she did it, and then she started reviving him. The fact that she was sitting there videotaping all of these seizures and not doing anything about it, not calling 911, not doing anything like that. Every time that man had a seizure, more and more damage neurologically was happening to him.
Oh, is that what happened?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And he probably was so tired of his body just going through that. One seizure can take your body out. The minute you have a child or you have anybody that has a seizure disorder and they have that disorder, they tell you turn them to the side just in case they start vomiting so they won't choke on their own vomit, and call 911. She should be locked up. And for her to be taping it, leaving her kids there, she shouldn't even have them kids anymore, because to put the kids through that trauma, they asking her, what do I have? What can I do? She's a disgrace, and I don't know how she's getting away with this.
But did you visit something about if you have seizures, you might swallow your tongue? Did I hear this?
Yeah. That's why they said turn them to the side.
Or put a spoon in their mouth.
No, they say don't use a spoon anymore.
Yeah, they don't
use that anymore.
Yeah.
But what I did notice is that how made up she was every time she went to do a video.
Every time.
Every time. I was like, how are you always ready for that setting? But it seemed like to me, like, I don't know, grandma seizures, I don't know, but he was jerking real bad in that bed. Right. And I would have after that, she was like, you know what, it's a little bit much. Let me go ahead and get some help. But I think in her mind, she is feeling like she's the doctor for him and ain't nobody above that. And it's really sad to see
sinister to this. It's something sinister. You don't let somebody be in that kind of state.
Yeah.
Lonnie, what did you want to say? What did you want to add to the conversation?
I want to make 3 really quick points because I know Dre from, I don't know her personally, but I know her from many years ago. Dre was a best friend of a makeup artist who's also very popular on Facebook. They used to go live together. The other makeup artist is a mixed race woman who is now under fire for scamming hundreds of Black women into a wig making business she was starting up. I don't want to get her page in trouble, so I'm not going to say her name.
Please don't. Please don't.
So Dre is a makeup artist. So everybody asking why she's always made up. That's her channel. I'm not making an excuse for it. The second thing was when I used to watch them a long time ago, Dre gave me such a godlike persona about herself. Her narcissism was almost visceral. I couldn't watch her because also her fans used to worship her. So
worship her how? Like you're the best.
Oh, she is the greatest makeup artist. She would do like, characters on her face, and she would have all these brand deals. I'm surprised Dre isn't more wealthy than she appears to be on these videos, because
she made
the girl was
$500,000 last year. That's
that makes sense because Dre was a big deal in the makeup world. And so I couldn't watch her because the narcissism and the way her fans treated her, I'm sure that perpetuated what she was doing online, because I'm sure as much as we're saying, what were you doing? There are fans who are probably like, wow, you look so good. I know this works. I'm going to try it myself. I'm sure there were people hyping her up to continue to do this to herself, her children, and this husband that's now in a coma. The second thing I wanted to mention is that we also have to acknowledge in our community there is a different standard in the way Black men kind of respond when they're in relationships to white women. So had this may have gone different had a sister been there telling you to take some weird stuff. This girl had a control over him that seemed like, if I'm in law enforcement, I don't know, is she guilty? Because you're letting her do this. You're in the kitchen getting this medicine from her. You need to research it. I mean, you're not a child. That's the problem, is that we're trying to make excuses for him, that he's a baby. He was too young to know better. No, this is a grown man who willingly took this poison from his wife.
You're saying he put himself in this position by the choices that he made?
And it probably was the same thing with the Miami couple. They have a different standard of what they'll accept from these women. It just is what it is. I'm not saying she's innocent. I'm not blaming the victim, but we have to make him accountable too for what he was taking from this girl.
These men have to be more. Go ahead, Diva.
He can be accountable for what he was taking from her, but at the point when he was so weak and he was having those seizures, call 911. So at that particular point, I'm putting this on her back.
I would love to agree with that part.
You know, he
took
took
with
it
that
from
part.
you.
The only thing is I also worked in a neurology and epilepsy unit for many years. And I know that some of these parents and some of these spouses, they don't call 911 because it is so regular until the seizures can be controlled or until there's some kind of monitoring or STEM research done on.
Hold on. I'm being told that the hospital stopped allowing her to visit him, and now she is gone in an RV with her children, and no one knows where she is.
Wow. Wow.
Well, I hate to be the bearer. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you said that when you couldn't watch her because it was very narcissistic. It just came across. That sounds like, wow, she is a textbook narcissist with sociopathic tendencies. Not to diagnose someone, but
and this was years ago. There's definitely a God complex with Dre McCray.
Right.
She is above all. So,
and the scary part is that now that she's out there, I hate to say this, but we might end up hearing about her and them kids being,
Oh God. I agree with you. I just pray. Let's all pray for the children. I have a long line. Did you have anything else to say, Alani?
No, you guys take care. Bye.
Okay,
take care.
Oh my God.
Right.
Take care.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye
Bye, guys.
Bye. This is bad.
See you later.
Bad. Let me read this really quick. There's a video of the daughter taking spoonfuls of something and her saying her daughter has seizures also.
Yep.
Please tell me this is not true. Oh my God. She has the kids taking that stuff online. She feeds it to all the kids and pets. And her one daughter, chicken pet, and dog also had, and the dog had seizures.
Right. I mean, so she needs to be held accountable too.
This is terrible. I'm ready to cry. Let me take more. Go ahead, Perry, before I take more.
Oh, no, I was going to say real quick, that's why I said earlier, it's like a Jim Jones thing where a person's mind is so warped that they think they can save the world and all this. But the madness they're doing is hurting people. And it's just ridiculous. And, people can take drugs and have an overdose and stuff like that. But when somebody have one, it's still the other person's responsibility to dial 911.
Is it Xanadu?
Xanadu, yes, ma'am. How y'all doing?
Hi, Xanadu.
Good.
Hey, Sin.
Hey, y'all.
Is it Envy?
Ebony, I'm sorry.
Oh, I guess he's not ready. Hi, Valerie. Can you hear us? All right, let's start with you, Xanadu.
Okay. First off, hey everybody.
Hey.
There was a few different angles. First of all, let me just leave by saying I don't give a damn about the Tasha K issue. Who cares? But this McCray thing, I had never ever heard of Dre McCray or Von McCray until last night. Ironically, I was laying here in my bed looking for something to watch. Shout out to Paris Milan. She did a 3-hour.
Oh my
man! Listen, I laid here and watched that whole 3 hours of information she documented. She was on point with everything. So shout out to her. There are a few different angles though that I want to attack this from. A couple things I want to bring up, and I'm gonna be quick as possible too, because I can be long-winded.
Okay.
The first thing is that you have to be so mindful and so careful who you trust and who you bring into your life, right? I know that we looking at Dre. I think she's batshit crazy. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I don't think I would say that. But she's a basket case, right? We will not take that away from her. She is not functioning with the rationale that we think folks need to function with. Okay. But that don't take the responsibility from Mr. Vaughn. He's a grown man. I know you're 20 or you're 22, but you're grown. You have to be. Let me tell you something. I got a 15-year-old child, right? I talk to my 15-year-old child like he's been a human being since he's been alive. You cannot go up to my son and offer him a pile of green powder and say, "Here, swallow this. It's gonna help you." My baby gonna look at you like you've lost your mind. You know what I mean? So you have to exercise common sense. And I know we want to blame somebody. Somebody got to take the fall. In this case, she might need to take the fall. But I think that she's just dangerously dumb. I don't even think this broad is strategic enough to plot out and plan out a murder that would take 2 years to get him off the face of the map. If she was going to kill him for insurance money, surely there are quicker and easier ways to do that. You dig what I'm saying?
You're saying she's not even that smart. He should have been caught on.
I just don't think so. I think that whenever this Creighton, whatever the stuff they taking, it has done its effect. They're nuts. Like they have lost it. And physically, she might not be suffering as much as him and the pets. I'm sorry, I laughed when y'all said the pet had a seizure. Is that wrong?
The pet had a seizure. It's unbelievable. That's why you laugh. It's unbelievable.
Maybe it ain't funny. It was a little funny to me. But I will say that she hasn't suffered, I guess, as physically as much as they have. But her mind she's out of there.
Yeah,
she is out of there. If you listen to her talk, you observe her for 10 minutes, she is out of there. Yeah. The other thing, and then I'm gonna be quiet. The other thing I wanted to mention was there was a point I know Paris mentioned a few times about how, the parents should have access to him and how she was hiding something and this and that. I feel so sorry for Von, right? Because when you look at his past and where he's come from, I do believe that it's possible that he has expressed to his woman in confidence that he don't want nothing to do with his people, right? So? Maybe.
But I don't care. I don't give a damn.
But I do.
In a coma.
But I do, right? Because I got an attitude like this, right? It's family members of mine that are alive right now and well and kicking, right? I don't want nothing to do with them. I don't give a damn what happened to me. I'm telling whoever I'm with, I don't want them there. And if you love me, and if you rock with me,
if you're in a coma,
what I'm saying is that it's cute for us to idealize everything. But what I'm also saying is that baby went through some things. He was carrying some trauma, and it might it could feed into the reason why he was so willing to trust this broad who didn't have no good intention for him. He'd been through some things, and he didn't trust the women in his life, and that's because of the way his mama set it up for him.
But
you know what I'm saying?
When you're in a coma and you're looking at life or death, I don't care. She couldn't traumatize him anymore. I just feel like she should have let them parents in there. And that's just, I've fallen out with my son before and said, I never want to talk to you again. And we've had some knockout, drag out arguments. But at the end of the day, that's my son.
But at the end of the day, that's her man. And if her man done told her in confidence with the lights off and the doors closed, I don't want to do with it, she got to honor that. I'm not saying it makes sense, y'all. Don't attack me. I'm not saying I don't agree that it makes sense, but I do understand how it can happen that way. It makes sense to me that this young man whose mama abandoned him when he was 2 months old, he might not really want to be that close to her, even though it was a long time ago, even though maybe she's doing better. Maybe they're trying to get closer. Maybe they have all these other things that are going on, but he might still have some unresolved issues going on with that. And it's not for us to try to dictate what he would want if he was incapacitated. Like that's not, we just can't do that with full confidence. I know it's cute to try to, but we can't. So I'm not fully mad at her for not letting him in. I don't think it's cool. I think it's sad. The whole thing is so tragic. I laid here 3 hours and watched it. So
3 hours. She did her thing. Paris Milan, shout out to you. Paris Milan, shout out to you. Send sound off really quickly.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't agree with everything. I forgot your name
What?
for saying. When it comes down to that,
Who said that?
huh? Oh,
Nina?
when it comes
Right.
down to my child being incapacitated to where he can't, I
Yeah.
don't care what
He was
man, woman, boy,
actually
girl,
in a
anybody
coma.
else have
One
to
minute, he was
say. That is my child. I
I
gave
agree
birth
with you. I agree with you,
and
but that's why you got
nobody
a
will stop
responsibility.
me.
But that's why you
But
got a responsibility to be a good parent and don't be a shitbag as a
But
parent so
hold
that your
on though.
child will
That
agree with
doesn't
it.
mean that his mother wasn't a good mother. She said she had him at 16. And if
Come
most
on.
people realize that at 16 years old, who's gonna step in and help you? Your grandmother, the grandmother.
Yep.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
and then the fact that we don't know, he didn't have a relationship with his father. We don't know what went on, but when it boils down to your health and your child, I'm gonna be there. And it'll take hell to stop me from seeing my child.
Yep.
I
Come
don't care
on.
what kind of relationship or how they feel, but that's mine. I brought them in, and I'd be
and
damned if I sit
that's
around and let
right.
somebody else take them out without me seeing what's really going on.
I feel
Amen.
you.
Exactly.
I feel
And
you.
then
I
I
agree
Exactly.
want
with
to
you.
say
I agree
this.
with you. I agree with you. That's why I
I
take
Sound
care of
off.
my
understand
kids on the
having
line.
Huh?
seizures, you do make that body tired. My dog, my puppy had seizure a couple of times before she was diabetic, but that tires out your body. That Dizzy Broad knew exactly what she was doing. Now she on the run, right?
Yep.
Yeah, basically,
So
yeah.
and
Yeah.
that ain't nothing. I don't care what nobody, if nobody ever have to talk to me again on this platform or whatever. But when it comes down to my child
Yeah.
that I gave birth to,
Yeah.
I will cuss the doctors and everybody else out.
Come on,
Okay,
Sin.
that's mine.
Come on,
And
Sin.
Tasha K ass is getting exactly what she need because of the fact that
And
she lied on that girl
yes.
so much. Now look, you walking around talking about I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Well, she told you to take the damn videos down.
She sure did.
Send
Okay.
Nina,
Now
sound off
the
really
internet
quickly.
wanna fucking go out.
Nina, can you hear me? Nina? Okay, she can't.
No, she said her internet was about ready to go out.
That ain't what she said, Perry.
Oh.
All right. This is a sad story. I introduced it tonight. I will be following it. Now she's on the run. I agree with Sid. She ain't missing. She on the run.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she on
she's
the
on
run.
the run.
And I
She's
am
on the
scared for those
run.
kids. I am scared for those kids. She is batshit crazy, so it would not surprise me if they locate them all somewhere together and not alive. Like it's sad. This is sad.
But you know, another thing is, I know every family has a Pookie Nim. Pookie Nim will be out there looking for her. Okay? Pookie Nim.
Bridget says, wasn't he trying to reestablish his relationship with his mother? Yes. Also,
See?
attempted to leave Dre and she withheld finances from him. I don't know about that one, but I'll find out.
Hell no.
Anyway, I will be covering the story because we've got I don't want to say, the alleged murderer on the loose. I'm looking at
a crazy one.
You know what, Sharrell? If CPS and some other authorities saw these videos, they should have been stepped in.
Well, the police are involved.
Well, now they're involved, but I'm saying they should have been stepped in. They a day late and a dollar short. She should have never had the opportunity to even be on the run because the video's been out there. And especially the one where she left him home with the kids, knowing this man had this disorder and was having seizures every single day practically.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Onyx, thank you so much for the $200 super chat. I really appreciate that. That's kind, very kind. So thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to cover this case. Probably I've got people that are going to come on now and talk about it. And let's just all, I know I agree with Zan that he did this to himself, but I still don't, I want him to pull through.
Right. Everybody make mistakes.
So
I mean,
it's sad.
You know what, Sharrell? I'm not going to really say he did it to himself. When people fall in love, they do crazy things.
Well, you
Only
gotta
thing
wake up.
he did to
You better
himself
wake
is
up.
he trusted her. he thought that she was putting him on some organic herbal diet that was going to help his health. Okay. And unfortunately, the stuff that they both started taking, it impacted both of them, but it came to him in the worst way.
And you
Because
know what?
she doesn't look good either.
This story isn't over, Diva. This could have been a planned thing. We don't know.
Right.
Exactly.
This could have been
No, we
planned.
don't.
So thank you, Sin. Thank you, Xanadu, for calling in. You guys stay
Bye,
tuned.
y'all.
I will keep you updated on
Thanks,
this.
ladies.
Okay?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Whew.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, no, I mean, but we'll get off. So
Yeah.
the whole thing is this. It could be a weird thing too. Like I said, Jim Jones, you got that old movie music. Some people prey off somebody else suffering. Their mind gets so warped that they enjoy. Because you notice when he was having seizures, she prayed, but she didn't give him an antidote. Like
Let's
she would
just
give
all
him.
pray
Oh, okay.
that
Yeah.
everything turns out okay. We pray for them kids. We pray
Yeah.
for Vaughn. Hell, we pray for Drake to get some help.
Yeah.
You go
Yeah.
get some help. This is one of the worst stories I ever heard, and I will be following. Wanted to shout out to Paris Milan. You did an excellent video last night. Molly Golightly, you're doing a fabulous job. And the Amber Channel, everybody that's covering this and bringing light to the situation, and the one that led the protest, Aunt Karen, went to the hospital and led a little protest.
Yeah.
So, you know, we got you. All right, guys. Isn't this hard? I feel so
Yeah, no,
empty.
it's crazy.
It's heavy.
It's heavy. It's heavy. I will keep you updated. Thank you so much for the super chat. If I didn't get to your call backstage, I do apologize. I'm simply out of time. Please follow my channel. I will be following this story. I feel like I'm going to cry. You guys know how sensitive I am.
No, I know. I mean, it's crazy.
On 3, let's say bye, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Bye,
Oh,
everybody.
please don't forget to like this video. It helps my video in the algorithm. Now let's say bye on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.